We're back. I'm your host, BKP. We are at Circuit World in Blue Ridge, and no, Oprah's not with us. Oprah's
left the state.
Oprah has left the state.
You know, we should record what we.
No communist allowed rule here, right?
We should record what we say in the during the break, and
that's
then
even
have
better, yeah.
and then have all-star panel overtime.
No.
Josh is over there giving us the high sign. He said, "I've done that."
The behind the show.
The bloopers reel.
After the show.
Yeah, no. Okay, we are in Georgia. No, Candace, you'll just have to pay attention here. So we're in Georgia.
I'm the North Carolina
Brian Kemp.
positive action thing.
Brian Kemp, neck and neck, all the polling. Mike Pence, vice president, here yesterday. But Stacey Abrams had
Star
Winfrey,
power.
and it was like the prize patrol van went out yesterday, knocking on the doors. Yeah, it's like you know.
How come those people kept reaching under their seat?
Yeah,
they were looking for a prize.
And so we have that. We have Barack Obama coming this week for Stacey Abrams, and then Trump will be here Sunday night. Now, I thought it was interesting that Trump will be the final tone. I don't know how you put this in this election in Georgia for Brian Kemp. His campaign, 4 o'clock.
Is that going to be in Macon?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll have the final tone. It won't switch Monday. So whatever Trump does Monday at 4 in this state, that's the final tone for the Republicans in the governor's race in Georgia. And we're going to see what it's worth. Do you think it's worth the win? Do you think he gets the win? Do you think Brian Kemp wins Tuesday night?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and she wouldn't even debate him. She called it off.
If Brian Kemp doesn't win Tuesday night, I'm moving to Canada.
Right,
Take Barbara with you, would
And
you?
then I'm going to eat pancakes before I go.
Okay, Barbara Streisand, settle down.
Oh.
Didn't she move 4 times to Canada already? However many of them have moved
Donald
4
Trump's
times.
making her fat because she makes her eat pancakes when he upsets her.
And donuts. I got to go out for more donuts.
Yeah, we should have donuts on the show.
Okay, let's get back. Kemp wins.
Yeah.
You feel that solid about it?
Yeah, and you know the polls. Come on, the Cook report came out and said the Democrats are going to take the House.
30-40 seats. Charlie Cook's report is leftist. Period.
Okay, I mean, he's the guy that a week before the 2016 elections said there's a 92% chance probability that Hillary's going to win. These things are bullshit.
One.
Total caca.
Yeah, right.
You know, cow shit. Too,
Good night, folks.
FTC.
You know, years ago, the late night shows after 10, they could say stuff. We are not one of those wacko late night shows.
Well, you know,
I agree with them.
Anyone believing these polls? I mean, they have to be
Check
brain
your
dead.
email
They
later
got
this
to be
afternoon.
brain dead.
Bruce. You got an email coming from the home office. No, all right. So I agree with Bruce.
Yeah,
No, I do.
I do
agree.
too.
The Cook report is a left-leaning report.
When the polls say we're dead even, that means, excuse me, that all the Democrats jumped on that poll, and about 20% of the Republicans who don't want to tell anybody what they're doing didn't. So you know, I'm almost happy with a neck and neck.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Because I'm just saying, how many times have we said that polls are inert? They've been rendered
They're a moot
useless.
point. Yeah.
The thing that amazes
Because of the divide in this country and the fact that people don't want to get on the telephone on their landlines that don't exist and talk to pollsters.
But
But
all
they
the
never
journalists
asked me.
latch onto these things. As soon as they come out, I mean, even Fox, they latch onto these things and they go, this report, that report.
Yeah.
You know, Rasmussen,
Fox has caved in
Quinnipiac. And they go nuts. I mean, that's just something to hold
It's like
on
if
to.
you polled this group right here and each of us was 20%, and we would all say, "Oh yeah, everything's going to go this way or that way." It's not even arbitrary. That's not even objective. That's polling your own folks.
Here's a poll. Have you ever answered a pollster?
Never.
No, never.
And
Never.
One time years ago, I did get a call for something in Georgia, and the questions were so skewed,
Biased.
that I just said, I hung up. I said, I'm not dealing with this. But what I can understand is the Dems are saying, we're going to win. We're going to take this. I'm going to be the
Nancy
chairman of that.
Pelosi's
Well,
been on
that's
late
what you
night TV.
say. That doesn't get your people out to vote. That would make me say, well, I'm kind of comfortable here. I'm not going to go vote because we got it anyway. I'm surprised at that kind of tactic.
Brian Kemp, I do think can win. I'm very concerned on the judge that said that the exact match on the absentee voting the signature did not have to match. I'm concerned with what the judges are already doing. I'm concerned with the corrupt vote. I am concerned. There's been millions of dollars in effort to get the corrupt vote. And I am concerned around metro areas.
Check the mayoral races in the city of Atlanta if you want to see corruption.
Right. So I am concerned with suburban and metro areas in the state of Georgia. That being said, I think Brian Kemp will win, but, and I have to say this, just keeping an eye on it, he has to have one of the biggest turnouts in rural Georgia ever to overcome metro areas. Metro areas are going to come out.
You've made a good case for that over time, and I totally agree with you.
I think he has to. Now, do I think he will win? Yes, but I think, and I don't know if I want to go to laughed at, but I do think there's some people out there that laugh at me when I say this. I think that it's a miss on how many state elections hinge on right here, North Georgia, because the population has hit. Okay, there's a reason why 575 built the express lane there, and 400 built express to get up this way. Okay, so once you start up 575 and you hit Canton, you got Cherokee, Pickens, Fannin, Gilmer, Union, Towns, Dawson, White, Lumpkin. They may not be metro, but this area does not need to be discounted as how strong of a Republican vote and how big it is that could help overcome some of the metro stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
And South Georgia
Totally
is
agree.
definitely for Kemp. My friend is from there, and she's like, there's Kemp signs everywhere. So I really feel like South Georgia, they have it.
Well, it's just like the country. You got the cities, and you got Florida and California and New York, and they're blue, and then you got the other rural parts red. That's what this state is.
Yeah, if you look at it on racial lines, I mean, Georgia's 52% white, 32% black, 7% Hispanic, and then some Asian Americans, and whatever else. So, if you take that plus what Rasmussen says now, the approval for Trump among blacks is up to 40%.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
So if they start pulling some of those urban metro votes away,
they're done. If they
I will tell you this: it's going to be interesting.
Away.
It's going to be interesting, and I want to share this. It's going to be interesting, the vote across this country, because 254,000 jobs is 250,000 jobs. Unemployment 3.7 in this country.
Did they report that on the channels you watch, MSNBC? Do they report that?
They do.
And they say a but right after.
Right after.
Right after.
But all indicators lead to a recession.
That everything's terrible. Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
They don't quote the indicators.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, they do.
I'm serious. That's what they said. Now,
what's indicating that? That's what I want to know.
Jobs report.
There you go.
October jobs plus 250. Manufacturing. Remember, Obama said they weren't coming back.
Never.
People just
you got to get
they're
used
gone.
You have
This
a
is-
magic
This
wand.
is the new normal.
They're gone.
Come
These
to
are jobs that
re-education camps to learn
manufacturing
another
jobs
job.
are up 32,000.
where do you get that
Wow.
magic wand?
Manufacturing.
That's what he said.
Hispanic unemployment all-time low. Okay, wage gains strongest in a decade. So all of what they call the Obama recovery, they were stagnant in wages. People were,
It was all service jobs.
a record 156,562,000 people are employed, a record. I'm interested if people want to take a chance, because I think it's a big chance. Georgia, Oprah came to town, Obama came to town. They're trying to the minority vote, the black vote, but they are trying. Oprah came yesterday to try to get Republican, white suburban women.
But how
Republican, white suburban women
It's a good time
to
to
accept Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, my opinion, will take your gun.
Oh, yeah.
She has been back. She went on
The View.
and she is endorsed by Michael Bloomberg, and she's gotten money from every town. Every town are
And the
moms against, you know,
American Communist Party too has said she's thumbs up.
She
Well-
said she's going to use the GBI
right.
to take away all semi-automatic weapons and some revolvers.
I want to say
That
this.
ought to scare the
I
hell
want
out
to
of
say
people.
this, okay? I will tell you this. I got a feeling there's corporations thinking this is coming. I'm not going to mention the store, but I go in to get my dog food yesterday, and
Oh, I wonder who.
settle down.
Bum, bum, bum.
Woof.
I go in to get the dog food, and I tell you what, I feel the economy is good too. I even bought the dogs treats.
All right.
I mean, things are up at the. Yeah, I got the. I
Things are
went
up at
in.
your
I said,
house.
"Look, I got the treats. You know, Trump's president. You guys are getting my dogs are Trump supporters now." Anyhow, so that being said, I go in to get. Seriously, I go in to get. This is the way I look at things. I go in to get the dog food, and in the center is 10 gun safes, from big fancy ones to little ones. 10. I'm going to tell you, it's not even 2 years ago, I could go in there to get the dog food. There's 2 gun safes. There's 10. Okay.
We just
now,
bought
not that
another.
I'm against people having a gun safe, but I do believe there's a day coming that the government will want to come in your house and see if your guns are in a safe. And I tell you, that's a scary day to me. But I think it's coming, and I think she'll take your guns. Who will not? You know, I lead the league on going out on a limb. Who will not, which Republican in Georgia that's running for office will not attend the Donald Trump rally in fear of being seen with Donald Trump? Who will not?
That's running for office?
Uh-huh.
The Republican running for office.
4 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Any Republican.
4 o'clock, Donald Trump's going to be down there. He's going to be in Macon, and he's going to yell out in the crowd, "There's so-and-so, 7th District, man, we need him back, and get on up here, Nathan Deal, and get on up here."
Doug Collins. Is he
No,
running?
Doug will
He's
be.
not-
Oh, Doug will
will
be-
there. Oh,
Doug will
God.
be there.
No, get on up here and look it over there. There's David Ross and David coming.
David
right?
Perdue?
Who do you think will not be there?
If y'all don't know, nobody knows.
Killing me, this fly.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's hear
Karen
it.
Handel.
Karen Handel?
My money is Karen Handel won't show up.
After all everybody did to get her elected?
Is she running again?
My money.
She
Karen
was in a
Handel.
special
That's my
election.
money. That's my money. I don't dislike Karen. She's running in the 6th district. A lot of Republican suburban white women there. I think she's going to have. That's my opinion. Hey, look, Karen, if you go, I'm sorry. Accept my apology now. If you don't, I was right. It's a win-win. So,
Hey, if she does go and you're there,
You can talk to her
grab
about
her
it.
for a few
Karen, I'm shocked.
I didn't expect chances.
Okay. So you say Kemp will win, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Do we keep the House? Do the Republicans keep the House?
Yes.
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 I say
Yes.
yes. You
Yes.
said no?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, well,
He's
what do you-
non-committal at
What
this
are you
point.
thinking? I think it's
say
scary.
yes.
I'm
if
not
you-
gonna. I'm not gonna get into this poll.
He's the undecided.
I just say yes because of Trump's rallies and the hundreds of thousands of
Yes.
people that come in droves,
And
and I'm
the
thinking
people are
they
outside.
are going to vote. Every one of those people are
Yeah.
going
Well,
to
wait a
vote.
minute. The House of
That's what I
Representatives is
base it on.
435 seats.
I'm telling you.
It's all up for grabs. Do you think they will keep the House of Representatives?
Yes.
That was half-hearted, man. I mean,
Well,
It's better than non-committal as he
it's
was
tricky.
before.
No, he just didn't want to say. This man.
Well,
has
I'm
never
not.
gone
Well, this is the
to-
last time we're together between the election. Next
Oh,
week,
that's
next week
true.
will be celebrating or commiserating, whichever one we choose.
well, we're going to celebrate because the Senate will not change. We're going to gain seats in the Senate.
And that's the question to you. I mean,
To
as-
me.
yes, as expert
Put him
in
on the
all these
spot.
political things. Even if they do lose the House, if they have the Senate, what's the next 2 years going to be like?
It's gonna be
Gridlock.
Gridlock.
Right.
Which is
what it was.
So all this
No
talk,
name and
all this,
everybody in
all
there.
this frothy talk about, if the Dems win the House, they're going to do this, and
But
subpoenas.
when are we as the American people
What's gonna happen in
to
2
reach
years?
the line of tired of the way they waste our money?
They say that every election cycle. Excuse me.
Yeah, let's not double down on your first one. We know what some things could equal. Okay. Anyhow, I think we'll keep the House of Representatives. I think we'll keep the House of
I'm glad to hear you
Representatives.
say that.
I do.
I think being overconfident can almost always lead to disaster, and that
We've heard nothing
that's
but
what-
blue wave for 6
Yeah,
months.
and Nancy
It's just
Pelosi is
rubbish.
on
All
nighttime
right, I
TV.
think this though. I
She
think
said, "I
this. There's going to
guarantee it," like
be
she guaranteed
there's
the
going to be
president.
some
Not gonna be
Democrat
president.
shock. There'll be some people Democrat shock.
staying up to
But
watch
I think
every
the
minute.
Republican shock will be greater. I think the media has done everything they can to try to campaign against Trump. They have been a campaign arm for the Democrats, and I think the American people are not falling for that anymore. I don't think the polls are accurate, and my hopes are we retain the House. I think we will. If we retain the House, my hopes are that Jim Jordan will be the Speaker of the House.
Yes,
Oh, hallelujah.
Yes.
Right?
That would be great.
But-
Don't worry about that
Huh?
after
Right
we win
hand
it.
to
We'll
God,
worry about
please.
that after we
Love
win it.
that.
Yep.
But if we don't win the House, then you will have Nadler. Is that his name? And Nancy Pelosi, and you will have Maxine Waters. People think it's a joke.
Dem out of New York.
Yeah,
Jerome
Why would they
Nadler.
really elect
And,
her?
uh,
then?
Way left.
Why would they really, even the Dems, allow
Well,
those
they-
people to be in power? Because I
Because
think
they're their
there's some-
heroes. They're
Well,
like
I thought there
shining
was a little
stars.
bit of pushback on those.
No,
Those
the
people.
money-
Well,
the
Pelosi
money
maybe.
party.
The other two, Nadler and Maxine. I mean,
they keep telling her
you
not
ain't got to touch
mention-
Maxine.
You think so?
Okay,
Oh.
but I think we keep the House. My hope is we keep the House. And it's a tough call. I will say it's going to be a
it's gonna
tough
be
call
close.
keeping the House. The Senate, we may get close to 60 senators, and people are shocked by that, but we may get. I will tell you this. I'll look at the camera and say, I will be shocked. And he's ending in Huntington, West Virginia. He's going for Patrick Morrissey. I will be shocked, knowing West Virginia, if Joe Manchin does not win. If he does not
I don't
win
think
West
he
Virginia,
will.
I will be shocked.
I think there's too many coal miners that went back to work that are going to see that he's not going to go back in.
Which would you be more shocked, if Manchin loses or if that twit from New Jersey loses?
That's going to be a good one, right? I know which one you're
Menendez.
talking about.
Menendez.
Menendez.
Right?
Yeah, because
That
he's
man
like a
is-
major
You know, he
crook.
was double digits up, and now it's
No,
now
I'll be,
they're now
I'll
they're
be more shocked with West Virginia because Manchin is like a religion in West Virginia.
the name
old boy.
Manchin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now, wait a minute. Now, I know I don't want to upset some people, but Joe Manchin was a very good governor of West Virginia. Now, he was. Before he went to the Senate, when he was governor of West Virginia, the people of West Virginia really liked him, and he was not a bad governor of the state. And at that point, when he did not have to vote on national issues, and he was able to focus on state, Joe Manchin was more conservative. People never thought twice. But when he went to Washington, D.C., he had to lock step. So you see what I'm saying? When he was the Democrat governor of West Virginia, the people liked him. And I'll tell you what, when it comes to leadership, when they had two mining disasters, both of them disasters, but one really bad, and his leadership on TV and the way he handled it was superb as governor of the state of West Virginia. The Manchin family goes way back.
Oh yeah,
Way back, and
Generational.
for you in Southern coal, they're not. See, the thing with Patrick Morrissey that is, he's from New Jersey. He's a good guy. He has a statewide election. Patrick Morrissey is the Attorney General of the state, so he's won a statewide. But he's from Harper's Ferry. He lives in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, and if you know where that's at, that's the finger out here next to Martinsville and out there next to Winchester, Virginia, and getting at it. So most people in southern West Virginia don't even consider Harper's Ferry part of West Virginia.
Well, that's because didn't they have the uprising there with John Brown?
Yes, but
Yes.
Harper's Ferry is so he's over there. He's not southern West Virginia, and Joe Manchin. There's still coal miners down there in southern West Virginia. They like Joe. I'll be shocked if Joe Manchin loses. I will not wake up and be upset Patrick Morrissey won, and do I think he can with Donald Trump, President of the United States, campaigning? Yeah, he can win, but I'll be shocked by it.
Other than Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp, we really haven't talked about other governor races. How do you feel those are going to go?
Gilliam, I don't understand how these people can be candidates when they should be in prison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, and the
Across the board.
polls have him up by 2, which
Right.
is,
I don't
again,
understand. I don't understand. I do not think he's going to win Florida because I'm going to tell
that'd
you
be
now.
a shock.
Huh?
That would be a shock.
I
to
don't
me.
think he's going to win Florida because I think I'm going to give the people of Florida credit that, hey, you know what? He said that he will pay for everything by taxing the top
Businesses.
3% of the corporations in Florida.
40%.
Folks, if you think that top 3% of the business in Florida are not going to leave, if you think that top 3% is going to pay all the bills and the spending that Gilliam wants to do for everybody in Florida, you're bad wrong. They will leave that state in a heartbeat.
Well, then
Okay?
what would it do to tourism too? And that's the major industry.
Exactly.
There.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, there's already enormous tourism taxes on things
Right.
down there in Florida.
But you got Disney has sort of become more left leaning since Walt left us.
They very left leaning. Yeah.
Will they stay? Yes,
Yeah,
they get
they're
too
gonna
much in
stay.
the
They have
Yeah.
to.
Too
They
much
can't
invested.
pack
Yeah,
Mickey
they'll
up.
stay. Right, they'll
Yeah.
stay. But I mean,
They'll get soaked though.
they'll get soaked.
Yeah. And they're
Maybe
talking
they'll
about
get a break.
an income tax.
All right, we're out of
State
time.
income
We
tax.
can't
Yeah,
have-
you're right.
We really can't get into. Really can't do winners and losers. So I know I didn't tell you that in advance. I'd rather do this. Heidi Heidenkamp, win or lose?
Lose.
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 You think she loses?
Did you?
Okay.
The hunters might lose their interstate hunting license if they vote in this election, and it's rumored that she paid for those ads on Facebook. Yeah, she's a loser.
She loses. Okay. Joe Donnelly in Indiana, does he win or lose?
That to me is a toss-up right now.
I was listening to him last
Okay.
night.
too close.
To me, Heidenkamp loses. Donnelly loses. I know Donnelly's. He's a different kind of Democrat. It's hard to explain in Indiana. They like him out there. He's a good old guy. When he's in Indiana, they still see him that way. So that could be tough, but I think he might lose. Here's one of our crowd favorites: Claire McCaskill, win or lose?
Going down.
Going down.
Lose.
Huh?
Yeah, flames.
Off the cliff.
Yep.
Yep.
Off the cliff.
In the hole.
Yep.
Francis O'Rourke, win or lose? Ted Cruz, Francis O'Rourke.
Oh yes.
Beto
but,
bites it big.
Yeah.
How long you been holding that one?
Beto.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna
Beto
lose.
goes down.
Yeah,
Beto goes-
big time.
Especially
Cruz
after
wins.
the release yesterday of Project
Veritas.
Project Veritas,
Yes.
yeah.
Serious stuff. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, pull it up
Yeah.
and get some time.
On Beto?
She might be.
Yeah,
she should be
Beto.
in jail. They've broken federal laws with their
Um,
campaign funds.
Nelson in Florida. Nelson Rick Scott, win or lose? Who wins?
You ask people in Florida what Nelson has done for him for 42 years, they cannot come up with anything.
Really.
Rick Scott has made a bunch of people mad because he's given the millionaires the right to have their property lines that are on the beach go all the way to the high tide mark. That's made a lot of people mad, but I still think Scott wins.
Win or lose?
Scott wins.
Okay, you guys pick the race. Okay, we got to close up. We got money. You guys pick the race that you are most interested in. Win or lose or comment. Bruce?
Scott Walker. I think he pulls it out in
You think so?
Wisconsin.
Third terms are tough, but
Yep.
Scott Walker's done good. So you think he'll pull it out?
I think he will.
Okay,
If I've got a second, I'd like to go in a different direction very quickly.
Sure.
I did a trip to Memphis. Memphis is in our country, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Right on the river.
And I was with my client, and she said, I went to the Georgia-Florida game, and I almost missed the first quarter because of the scrutiny that we had to undergo. Jacksonville. That's in our
Yeah, 'cause
country,
the
right?
stadiums
That
were
is in our
empty
country,
until
yes.
like halfway
Exactly.
through the first.
Then I thought to myself, what did I go through to get to Memphis? In our country.
Yeah, in our country.
I had to take my shoes off. I had to, and I'm pre-check. I've been vetted by immigration and naturalization. I've got a driver's license, a legal driver's license.
It's a gold star.
I go through all of the right stuff, and then I think to myself, okay, I'm going through all of this, and yet there's people out there that's saying, "Welcome to America."
Exactly.
Let
No
the immigrants in
border.
with
It's
no questions
unexplainable.
asked.
And the same people say, you don't need an ID to vote because that's suppression.
Exactly.
It is
Rubbish.
unbelievable.
Okay,
It's
Candace.
just
Sorry.
unbelievable.
No, don't apologize. I'm with you 100%.
I'm with you.
I'm a North Carolina voter, which we don't require an ID, which I'm totally
Oh,
against,
my
and I
God.
voted for the voter ID. They want you to sign a paper swearing you're not a criminal. Okay, I'm a
criminal's going to really worry
I'm a
about
criminal. I'm
that.
like, oh yes, I wouldn't do it. I'm a crook. I don't care if I get caught. I've been to jail
It's
before.
part of the whole crook thing.
That's right. You go back to jail. You have your little,
Right.
your reunion with your, your buddies, and But I mean,
This is where I decided to go straight.
do you honestly believe that people are going to care if they signed a thing that'll make them a felon? I'm already a felon.
Okay, the original question was, do you have a race in the United
Okay,
States?
Mark Meadows, North Carolina will win. That's who I voted for.
All right, what about you?
I'm with him.
I'm with him.
I'm just with him. Hey, folks, we're running behind. I want to give a special thank you to everybody that pulled the show through last week with me not able to be here, and especially want to give a shout out to Rick. Thank you very much for covering.
Rick did a better job anyway.
Okay, JR in the back.
The sponsors speak.
Okay.
Burn. You want some aloe for that burn?
I'm shaking.
Wait a minute, I gotta get my. I have.
Love you.
He's speechless.
No, Jesse's probably over here saying, can Rick
She wanted
send
to
it?"
vote you. She wanted to vote you
Hold
back
on, let me
in.
get my serious thing through. President of the United States yesterday came out and addressed the nation. I do not think he got the respect he deserves for being, one, the President of the United States and addressing the nation for the decisions he has made. But there was two things in there that I picked up on that I can't understand why most people are not really gravitating to, but I think you are, and we don't talk about it. He said that this illegal immigration was putting such a massive burden on our schools and hospitals.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
sure.
So every day you hear a politician tell you, right, that they want better schools, better education, and better hospitals,
water,
and they're
Flint,
concerned
Michigan.
with our rural
Healthcare.
hospitals. Don't forget the
just
burden
saying.
that's being put on. Now, how many times have I told you, if you watch my show over the years, I think I'm right, they call it 999 students. That means they're students of illegals that come in, and we have to put them in school. They have no paperwork, they have no documentation. We don't know if they have any vaccinations, but we have to put them in school, and they're under the code 999. It's all the time in this country, and we are educating these people that choose to come across the border illegally. Now, my opinion on birthright citizenship, I want to leave it up to the Supreme Court. I'd love for it to go to the Supreme Court. But I believe our Creator, okay, which we have so many rights in our Constitution that start out to say our Creator. Well, reality is, if you get into creation, I have a personal belief it takes mom and it takes dad. And it takes mom and dad, and not only when you're born, they're the ones that pour their rights over into you the day you come on this earth. So if mom and dad are from this country and you're born in this country, the rights they have. You see, the Constitution is not our rights. The Constitution protects our rights. That's what it was written for. So our parents have those rights that they instill in us, and the Constitution protects them for you and I. So really, if you have two illegals in this country, they're not pouring their rights that are protected by a Constitution into that child. That's just my opinion. Love to see it go to the Supreme Court. We'll be back right after these messages.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We're at Circuit World here in Blue Ridge. A little dreary this morning, raining, but not bad fall weekend. Come on up. I think the sun is going to